The fluorescent lights of the precinct hummed softly as Detective J. Park shuffled through a stack of holographic reports. Outside the window, Seoul's skyline had transformed. Massive orbital docks now competed with traditional skyscrapers, humanity's gateway to interstellar exploration clearly visible. His comm device chirped. Another impossible case landed on his desk. A massive cargo shipment vanished between Neptune's rings and Jupiter's moons, worth billions in rare quantum processors. Standard investigative teams had hit dead ends, which meant only one thing: time for unconventional methods. Mira walked in, her iridescent skin shifting colors with each movement. She wasn't just any alien investigator. She was a legendary molecular signature tracker from the Luminara species. Her people could literally read molecular histories like humans read storybooks. Standing nearly 2 meters tall, her slender frame contained sensory capabilities that made Earth's most advanced technology look like children's toys. "I heard you solve impossible cases." Mira's translation device converted her complex biolinguistic signals into perfect Korean. Jay leaned back, a half-smile playing on his lips. "Impossible" is just a word people use before someone proves them wrong. The precinct around them buzzed with activity. Holographic displays flickered with data streams, robotic assistants zipped between desks, and occasional alien delegates walked through their unique physiologies, a testament to the galaxy's incredible diversity. Mira's sensory tendrils, thin, almost transparent appendages, began scanning the room. They weren't just decorative. Each tendril could analyze molecular compositions, detect hidden energy signatures, and process information faster than quantum computers. "Your reputation precedes you," she continued. "A human detective who solved the Titan smuggling network and cracked the Europa corporate espionage case. Impressive, considering most galactic agencies dismissed human investigators as primitive." Jay chuckled. Humans might be relatively new to the interstellar community, but they had something most species underestimated: adaptability and pure, stubborn determination. "The quantum processor shipment." Jay pulled up holographic evidence. Swirling 3D models showed intricate trade routes, suspicious transaction patterns, and complex shipping logs. "Someone's playing a sophisticated game of hide and steal." Mira's tendrils pulsed with curiosity. Each pulse was a complex analysis, breaking down molecular signatures, detecting minute chemical changes, tracking invisible trails that would escape even the most advanced scanning technologies. "Fascinating," she murmured. "The molecular signatures are deliberately scrambled. Someone's using advanced quantum masking techniques." Jay raised an eyebrow. "Which means someone doesn't want us to find them, and they've invested significant resources to remain invisible." The precinct's ambient noise seemed to fade. This wasn't just another case, this was a challenge. A puzzle waiting to be solved by two beings from dramatically different evolutionary paths. A small robotic assistant rolled up, projecting additional data. Its metallic surface gleamed, intricate circuits visible through transparent panels. "Additional information downloaded from Interstellar Trade Commission," it announced in a neutral tone. Mira's tendrils quickly analyzed the new data, her bio-computational brain processing information at speeds that would make supercomputers look sluggish. Jay watched, fascinated by her method. Part scientific analysis, part intuitive reading. "We'll need more than traditional investigation methods," Mira stated. Her skin shifted to a deep cobalt blue, a color her species associated with strategic thinking. Jay grinned. "Unconventional is my specialty." Outside, a massive cargo spacecraft drifted past the precinct's window. Its sleek design represented humanity's newest interstellar transport technology, a symbol of how quickly humans had adapted to galactic exploration. The case was set. The players were ready. And somewhere in the vast, dark spaces between planets, a complex smuggling network was about to discover that when a human detective teams up with an alien molecular tracker, nothing remains hidden forever. "Let's go hunting," Jay said, grabbing his high-tech investigation kit. Mira's tendrils pulsed in agreement. The hunt was on. End of Part 1. The sleek, investigative spacecraft hummed with quiet energy as it navigated through the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Jay adjusted the navigation controls, his fingers dancing across holographic interfaces that seemed to breathe with technological life. Mira's sensory tendrils were fully extended, creating a complex web of molecular detection around their vessel. Each tendril flickered with tiny bursts of light, scanning, analyzing, processing information faster than any computer could dream of processing. "Something's off about these shipping logs," Jay muttered, pulling up multiple holographic screens. Quantum processor shipping routes twisted like complex mathematical equations, revealing hidden patterns that most investigators would have missed. The spacecraft's AI assistant, a compact robotic intelligence named Cairo, projected a 3D molecular map. Tiny particles danced across the holographic display, each representing potential trace evidence from the stolen quantum processors. "Molecular signature detected," Cairo announced. "Trace elements consistent with quantum processor manufacturing. From the Proxima Centauri industrial zone." Mira's tendrils pulsed with excitement. Her entire body shifted to a vibrant emerald green, a color her species associated with critical discovery. "These trace elements have been deliberately scattered. Someone wants us to follow a specific path." Jay leaned closer. Years of street-level detective work had taught him one crucial lesson. In complex investigations, misdirection was often more revealing than direct evidence. Their spacecraft smoothly dodged a cluster of spinning asteroids. Advanced gravitational stabilizers made the movement look effortless, a perfect dance between human engineering and alien technology. Outside the reinforced windows, the infinite darkness of space stretched endlessly, punctuated by distant starlight. "A deliberate trail," Jay whispered. "They want us to believe we're investigating something while the real operation happens somewhere else." Cairo's robotic voice added additional context. "Probability of intentional molecular trail, 78.3%. Likelihood of complex misdirection, 92.6%. Mira's tendrils began reconstructing the molecular journey. Tiny holographic representations showed how microscopic particle trails could be manipulated, showing potential routes that zigzagged across multiple star systems. "The quantum processors aren't just valuable technology," Mira explained. "They're components of something much larger. Something that requires precise engineering across multiple planetary systems." Jay's investigative instincts tingled. This wasn't just a simple theft. This was a complex, multi-layered operation involving resources beyond typical criminal networks. Their spacecraft approached a small research station orbiting a distant moon. Automated defense systems briefly scanned their vessel, then granted clearance. The docking procedure was smooth, almost elegant, a testament to how interstellar travel had become routine for humanity. As they prepared to investigate the research station, Cairo projected potential scenarios. Holographic simulations showed multiple investigation paths, each color-coded and mathematically calculated. Mira's tendrils began absorbing environmental data. The research station's atmosphere, molecular composition, recent traffic patterns, everything became a potential clue. Her alien biology allowed her to process information through sensory methods humans couldn't even comprehend. "Someone wants these quantum processors for a specific purpose," she said, "not just for selling on the black market." The trail suggests a larger technological objective. Jay checked his investigation kit. Modified scanning devices, quantum encryption breakers, molecular trace collectors, tools that represented humanity's rapid technological adaptation. Each device told a story of human innovation, of a species quickly learning to compete in a complex galactic ecosystem. The research station's corridors were pristine, almost too perfect. Automated maintenance robots moved silently, keeping every surface immaculately clean. But for a detective like Jay, perfection often meant something was being hidden. "Cairo," Jay commanded, "run a comprehensive molecular reconstruction of recent station activities." The robotic AI began processing, holographic timelines and particle movements appearing around them. Something was definitely being concealed. And they were getting closer to discovering exactly what. Their investigation was just beginning. The quantum processor theft was more than a simple crime. It was a complex puzzle waiting to be solved by an unlikely team of a human detective and an alien molecular tracker. The hunt continued. End of Part 2. The research station's emergency. Alarms blared with a piercing intensity that seemed to vibrate through every metal corridor. Jay's tactical training kicked in immediately. Years of investigative work had prepared him for moments like these. Mira's sensory tendrils transformed, hardening into razor-sharp defensive appendages. Her alien biology could instantly adapt to combat situations, a biological technology far beyond human capabilities. Her skin shifted to a deep metallic gray, a camouflage mechanism that allowed her to blend with the station's metallic walls. Multiple hostile signatures approaching, Cairo's robotic voice calculated with clinical precision. 17 distinct molecular patterns indicating armed personnel. Jay grabbed his quantum pulse rifle, a weapon that could disrupt molecular structures at close range. Its sleek design was a perfect blend of human engineering and alien technology, capable of stunning or neutralizing threats without causing fatal damage. The station's environmental controls suddenly went haywire. Artificial gravity fluctuated, creating pockets of zero gravity and high-pressure zones. For an ordinary team, this would be a tactical nightmare. For Jay and Mira, it was just another challenge. Mira's tendrils began mapping the station's internal structure. Each molecular scan revealed hidden passages, ventilation shafts, and potential escape routes. Her ability to process spatial information made standard tactical computers look primitive. 3 primary approach vectors, she communicated through their encrypted comm link: Northeast Corridor, Maintenance Tunnel, and Central Research Hub. Jay positioned himself strategically, using the fluctuating gravity to his advantage. Years of zero-gravity combat training in Earth's Special Operations Program gave him an edge most investigators lacked. A group of cybernetic mercenaries burst through the main corridor. Their augmented bodies were a nightmare of biological and mechanical integration, metallic limbs, enhanced optical systems, and neural network implants that made them more machine than organic. Quantum Processor Theft Team, Kiro identified. Mercenary group known as Shadow Collective, wanted in 17 star systems. The first wave of attackers moved with machine-like precision. Their synchronized movement suggested advanced neural networking, allowing them to communicate and strategize faster than traditional combat units. Mira's defensive capabilities were extraordinary. Her tendrils could instantly analyze and neutralize molecular structures. Where human soldiers would see an enemy, she saw complex biological and technological patterns waiting to be disrupted. Jay rolled behind a reinforced maintenance panel, his pulse rifle charging. The station's emergency lighting created a strobe effect, turning the battle into a chaotic dance of light and shadow. Kiro, Jay whispered. Tactical projection. A holographic battle simulation appeared, showing potential attack and defense scenarios. Machine learning algorithms calculated probabilities faster than human reflexes could process. The cybernetic mercenaries weren't just thieves. They were highly specialized technological hunters. Each member had been enhanced to perform specific combat and infiltration functions. Their quantum processor theft wasn't a random crime. It was a carefully orchestrated operation. Mira's molecular tracking revealed something fascinating. The mercenaries' augmentations contained trace elements similar to the stolen quantum processors. This wasn't just a theft. It was part of a larger technological integration project. They're building something, Mira communicated. The processors aren't the end goal. They're components of a much larger system. Jay's investigative instincts burned bright. This was more than a simple criminal operation. Something much bigger was happening. Weapon fire erupted. Energy pulses cut through the station's corridors, creating intricate patterns of destruction. The battle was no longer just about recovering stolen technology. It was about understanding a complex technological conspiracy. Cairo's tactical projection showed multiple potential outcomes. Most scenarios ended in high-risk confrontations. But Jay and Mira weren't most investigators. As the cybernetic mercenaries closed in, the unlikely team prepared for a confrontation that would reshape their understanding of galactic technology and criminal networks. The real hunt was just beginning. End of Part 3. The data hub was a symphony of technological complexity. Holographic screens danced with quantum algorithms, each line of code representing a fragment of an impossible puzzle. Jay's fingers moved like a concert pianist across advanced neural interfaces, his human intuition merging seamlessly with alien tracking technology. Mira's tendrils were fully extended, creating a living computational network that surrounded their workspace. Her molecular sensory capabilities transformed the entire room into a massive living computer. Where human technology saw ones and zeros, she perceived intricate molecular patterns that told complex stories. The quantum processors aren't just technology, Mira explained, her voice resonating through the translation device. They're encryption keys to something much larger. Cairo, the robotic AI assistant, projected a massive holographic model. Billions of interconnected data points swirled like a complex galaxy, each point representing a potential route, a hidden connection, a molecular signature waiting to be decoded. Jay noticed something peculiar. Subtle pattern interruptions in the data stream suggested intentional misdirection. "Someone wants us to think we're seeing the whole picture," he muttered, "when we're actually seeing exactly what they want us to see." The research station's systems had been partially disabled during their previous confrontation, but for an investigative team like theirs, damaged systems were just another opportunity to discover hidden information. Mira's sensory tendrils began reconstructing molecular histories. Each processor carried a microscopic signature, not just of its manufacturing, but of every environment it had passed through. It was like reading a detailed travel log written at the molecular level. "These processors," she said, "they've traveled through at least 7 different star systems. Each journey has left a unique molecular fingerprint." Cairo calculated rapidly. Probability of deliberate molecular trail, 94.3%. Likelihood of complex technological integration, 87.6%. Jay zoomed into a particular data sequence. Years of investigative training had taught him to look beyond the obvious. Where most would see random technological noise, he saw intentional patterns. "They're building something," he realized. Not just stealing technology, but creating a massive interconnected system. The holographic display transformed. What initially looked like random data points began revealing a massive technological network. Quantum processors weren't just components, they were communication nodes in a galactic-scale information system. Mira's molecular tracking revealed extraordinary details. The processors contained trace elements from multiple alien civilizations, technologies so advanced they seemed almost magical. This wasn't just a theft. This was technological archaeology on an unprecedented scale. "The Shadow Collective isn't just a criminal group," Mira explained. "They're technological reconstructionists. They're trying to rebuild something lost." Cairo projected historical data. Fragments of ancient technological networks flickered, remnants of civilizations that had risen and fallen millions of years before human civilization even existed. Jay's human creativity, combined with Mira's alien computational abilities, created something revolutionary. They weren't just decoding a criminal operation, they were reconstructing a technological mystery that spanned entire galaxies. "We need to create a new computational model," Jay suggested. His fingers danced across neural interfaces, creating algorithms that merged human intuition with alien molecular tracking. Mira's tendrils pulsed with excitement. Her entire body shifted to a brilliant azure color, a sign of critical discovery among her species. A hybrid computational approach, something neither humans nor my species could achieve alone. The data hub transformed into a living, breathing, computational organism. Human innovation, alien molecular tracking, and advanced AI worked in perfect synchronization. They were creating something unprecedented, a technology that could potentially revolutionize galactic understanding. Cairo's systems began processing at speeds that defied traditional computational limits. Quantum algorithms merged with molecular tracking, creating a complex web of information that seemed almost alive. "We're close," Jay whispered. "Whatever they're building, we're about to understand its true purpose." The galaxy's most complex technological mystery was on the verge of being solved by the most unlikely investigative team in existence. End of Part 4. The high-gravity moon loomed like a massive, inhospitable boulder against the infinite darkness of space. Crushing gravitational forces would have destroyed most technological equipment, but their specially designed investigative vessel remained perfectly stable. Jay's tactical display showed the final confrontation zone. Massive geological formations created natural fortresses, perfect for hiding complex technological operations. Sensor readings suggested multiple hidden facilities buried deep beneath the moon's rocky surface. Mira's sensory tendrils were now fully weaponized, not just tracking molecular signatures, but capable of disrupting complex technological systems. Her alien biology had transformed into a living combat interface, showing why her species was renowned across multiple star systems. "Final location confirmed," Kiro announced. The robotic AI's voice carried a clinical precision that felt both reassuring and slightly ominous. "Shadow Collective's primary operational base detected. Quantum processor integration facility located 2.3 kilometers beneath primary surface layer." The spacecraft's advanced drilling modules began preparing for subterranean penetration. Quantum resonance drill tips could slice through solid rock like a hot knife through butter, creating precise entry points without causing massive structural damage. As they descended, the moon's geological structure revealed extraordinary complexity. Ancient technological remnants from long-forgotten civilizations were embedded within its rocky layers, evidence of technological migrations that predated human civilization by millions of years. "This isn't just a criminal operation," Mira explained, her molecular tracking revealing intricate details. "They're attempting to reconstruct an ancient technological network, something that was deliberately fragmented centuries ago." Jay's investigative instincts burned bright. Every piece of evidence suggested a massive, galaxy-spanning conspiracy that went far beyond simple quantum processor theft. Their entry point was a narrow geological fissure, perfectly calculated by Kiro's advanced computational systems. The IMO spacecraft moved with surgical precision, its quantum stabilizers adjusting to microscopic gravitational fluctuations. Cybernetic defense systems activated immediately. Automated turrets emerged from hidden rock formations, their targeting systems locked onto their vessel. But these were primitive compared to the combined technological capabilities of Jay and Mira. Mira's tendrils began a molecular counterattack. Where human technology would see mechanical defense systems, she perceived complex molecular structures waiting to be disrupted. Each tendril became a precise surgical instrument, capable of neutralizing technological threats at their fundamental level. "Defensive systems compromised," Cairo reported. "Molecular integration complete." The underground facility was a technological marvel. Massive quantum processors lined enormous cavern walls, each unit connected through intricate energy networks that pulsed with an almost living quality. This wasn't just a technological installation, it was a nearly sentient computational ecosystem. Shadow Collective's leadership realized too late that they had been thoroughly outmaneuvered. Their most advanced cybernetic defenders fell before Jay and Mira could even fully enter the facility. "The processors," Jay demanded, "what's their real purpose?" The facility's central computational core began revealing its secrets. Ancient technological networks, fragmented across multiple star systems, were being carefully reconstructed. This wasn't just a criminal operation, it was a massive technological archaeology project. Mira's molecular tracking revealed the truth. These quantum processors were fragments of an ancient galactic communication network, deliberately scattered to prevent a potentially dangerous technological integration. "They're trying to reconnect a system that was intentionally destroyed," she explained. "A communication network so powerful it could potentially destabilize multiple civilizations." Cairo processed the revelation with lightning speed. "Probability of potential galactic destabilization, 92.4%. Recommendation: complete network neutralization. Jay's human creativity combined with Mira's alien technological understanding created a solution no single species could have achieved. They weren't just stopping a criminal operation, they were preventing a potential galactic catastrophe. With a series of precise molecular disruptions and computational interventions, they systematically dismantled the reconstructed network. Each quantum processor was carefully neutralized, its potentially dangerous integration potential completely eliminated. The Shadow Collective's leadership was arrested. Their ambitious technological reconstruction project had been completely neutralized. As they emerged from the moon's surface, Jay and Mira realized they had done more than solve a simple theft. They had protected entire civilizations from a potentially devastating technological threat. The galaxy would never know how close it had come to a massive technological disaster. End of Part 5.